I just came back from playing ARMS at Insomnia. Maybe you've seen what I've been posting and spamming all over the weekend, but it's been so much fun, and I just wanted to make a video to kind of talk about it a bit, what went down, why and how things went down, stuff like that. So if you're not aware, Insomnia is a huge gaming festival in the UK, more specifically in Birmingham, and it's been something that's been on my mind for a couple of years because it's a very big LAN or tournament there for Team Fortress 2, but I never went to it. And now recently, I think it was just a couple of weeks back, I saw that Nintendo had posted an article about Insomnia LAN, and they had a banner about the featured games, and there's Smash, there was Mario Tennis and Splatoon, I think, and in the banner, I couldn't even see ARMS, so I thought, okay, so they're not doing ARMS there, or they're not doing ARMS at events anymore. But then someone actually told me, Paul, more specifically, he told me that there actually was going to be ARMS there, and I had been looking to go to an ARMS event now in August, and I felt like, well, why not just go there? So I decided within, I think, some week before the event that I should just go. And I was not alone, because I know that Grimwood would be going too, and Penso, who is from Germany. So I know that there would be at least 3 of us going to the tournament. And that was the start of it. So I kind of scrambled together a plan to get to the event. And oh my god, I wish I had more time to kind of think things through, but I decided to go with Ryanair, which was super stressful. I never recommend anyone to go with Ryanair if they don't have to do it. But I went with them. I only had a backpack with me with stuff, so I couldn't get any secret hidden fees. And I decided to go on a Friday. The tournament was going to be on the Friday as well, so it's a 3 or 4 day event, I believe, and the ARMS tournament was going to be on the Friday, so I took a day off. Bless the Swedish holiday system that they have for work, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to go. Like, at first I was just hyped about the entire thing, but as it got closer to the tournament, I got more and more stressed about it. I was wondering, will I actually be able to make it, because I didn't even know when the tournament was going to start. And some day before the tournament, I found out that the tournament was going to start at 11:30, and that my plane actually left around 6:45 or something. And the thing is that the plane was not going to Birmingham, where the actual tournament was. The plane was going to Stansted, which I don't know a lot about the UK, but it's a very it's a lengthy path from Stansted to Birmingham. So when I checked all of these things up, I was so worried that I was not going to make the tournament in the first place. And then I felt so kind of I just had no hope left, because I thought, okay, I've just booked an entire trip to the UK for no reason, basically. But fortunately enough, the night before I went, Dalaganash actually wrote to me that he is the Nintendo UK community manager, and said, oh, we'll put you in the second pool of the tournament so you can actually make it to that. So I was so relieved, and I was going to be able to make it. Of course, it was still such a hard trip. I went up at around 3 a.m. on a Friday morning. Took a cab to the flight buses, and then the flight bus to the airport, and then the plane around 6 a.m. in the morning. Didn't sleep very much, and then the trains all the way to the event, and then when I actually came to Birmingham, I went the wrong way, so I wasted about 40 minutes before I actually got into the venue. But finally then I got there to the place, and I met up with Penso and Grimwood, which was awesome. Us 3, we were kind of determined that we would be the top 3 of the tournament. And we were kind of the people from the community going into this tournament as well. We did know that we're going to have a lot of other people signing up from just going to the area, or maybe they've played some ARMS before, but we didn't know if there was going to be anyone that we knew about going into this. So when we got to the event area, it was actually really incredible. Nintendo UK has done so much cool stuff. for their community, and the setup that they had at the festival was actually really cool. They had, I think it was kind of maybe 16 switches that was specifically for ARMS, and they had like a bracket sign up and everything. It was double elimination. There was random stages, but at this point, and you know, coming from Japan or being in Japan earlier this summer, it was, you know, where they had really wacky setups and rules. I wasn't too surprised, and we all knew it before going into it, but just the setups and everything was so cool. There was a lot of kids that had entered the tournament, so for us it was just kind of fun to see new players who had gotten into the game, because some of them had never played ARMS before, but even so decided to sign up for the tournament, which is so cool. I probably wouldn't dare myself to do that even. So the tournament started, and I made it in time. And I basically steamrolled through the entire bracket and qualified for the top 4, which was going to be, at first we thought it was going to be streamed, but then we got to know that it wasn't going to be streamed, and that was going to be recorded later, which was better than nothing. I mean, going into this, I thought, oh, okay, nothing is going to be streamed, there's not going to be any prizes, so just having to hear that, okay, we're going to actually play on a stage, and you know, people will be able to look at it, and then we're going to record it for YouTube later, was just so, it made me so hyped, because I've never actually played on a stage before, even though I've traveled to tournaments like this. What happened was Grimwood qualified from the winners bracket, I qualified from the winners bracket too, and then Pensa from the losers bracket. He had run into Grimwood, and then another guy who I'm failing to remember his name. I'm actually gonna check that up. It was Hagi? I won't say Hagi or Haji. I'm sorry that I forgot to pronounce your name. But it was so cool, because he had never played the game before, but he had made kind of a good run. It was a 16-man pool, and so we actually I decided to kind of give him some tips so that he could make it out into the top 4. Yeah, okay, so all 4 of us kind of qualified for the top 4, and we thought that it was going to be kind of like a regular bracket where, you know, there's going to be a winner's bracket and then a loser's bracket. But the thing is that we found out just before we were going to start that Nintendo had their kind of own way of doing things, which, I mean, we talked to the admins and they kind of seemed confused about it too, but I guess it's something that had been decided before. But the thing was that they decided that the winner, like the one that qualified from the winner's side and the one from the loser side, would face each other in some kind of semi-final, where the loser had to like do a bracket reset. It was really kind of confusing, but the end result was that you didn't play the person from the other pool. You played the person from your own pool, that was from the loser's bracket. So we found out about that just before the semi-finals began then, I guess. So there was like 2 semi-finals and 1 grand final, and they were all best of 5s. Yeah, Pensa and Grimwood went on the stage at first, and it was a super close battle. They kept switching out characters, and it was super hard to kind of keep track of what was going on, but it was super interesting to watch, and people were kind of getting into it. And then Haji, I want to say, he was kind of saying before before our match that, oh shit, go easy on me, don't perfect me on the stage because I'm going to be embarrassed. And it was kind of hard because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it to him, but at the same time I didn't want to kind of play fake and kind of not show how I usually play. So in the Pensa and Grimwood match, I think they got the bracket reset, and then it went to 3-2 for Grimwood. So Pensa then became 3rd and 4th, and for me, I just took the 3-0, and then me and Grimwood qualified for the finals, and it was so cool to see, because I know that my playstyle is very kind of known by this point. Like, a lot of people know how I play Springman. So I was kind of expecting something to come up, but I didn't know what. I was feeling super confident against Pensa and Grimwood in how they play, but if they had something up their sleeve, I might have not been prepared for it. Because in my mind I was thinking, okay, I'm the top seeded player for this tournament, so I should just take this. Then when we loaded into the first match in the grand final, I saw that Grimwood had switched to Min Min, and I knew exactly what had happened. And I asked him afterwards too that he had practiced with Replicant, who has been kind of dominating me in all of the matches that we've been having lately, with a Min Min who either goes with Min like a Tri-Bolt or Tri-Blast on the Dragon Arm, which is super strong and super fast and kind of messes up my play as Springman. So I had to kind of think out some way to adapt for that, which was super difficult, you know, sitting on the stage there and the kind of crowd was filling up as well as we were playing. And then in the end, I lost 3-2, and I'm happy that I lost in the way that I did, because Grim kind of figured out my playstyle and used my weaknesses against me. But overall, the event was just so much fun. I mean, I was stressed out and tired for most of it, but I was so happy because I noticed even in the finals there was like so many people in front of the stage that were looking at us and getting hyped, and when we were playing in pools, people were looking at how we played and got impressed. So I feel like even they kind of got into the game as they looked at us, and we gave tips to some people who were in the brackets as well to like help them get better. Frankie and Haji, they got more like progressively more into the game, so it was super fun to see. And like big shoutouts to Nintendo UK who are kind of putting these events together, because they mean so much for the game and the community. So I'm just really happy that I was able to be a part of it. Of course, I did also get some prizes that I didn't think that I would get, but I did. The first one here was pretty cool. The kind of medal that even has it saying Insomnia 63 arms, second place on the back of it. You can't really see it here, but it was really cool. I also got some merch like the Splatoon, some stickers from other games, even arms included. Also got this kind of stress ball thing. Nintendo tote bag, another Nintendo tote bag, some reflector from Mario. Yeah, and basically a bunch of stuff. And I mean, it was so much fun, and I really recommend anyone to go to any event that Nintendo UK is kind of a part of. I know that there's going to be another tournament at a future event, like an ARMS tournament. It's either going to be at EGX or MCM Comic Con in London. I'm hoping that it's announced soon, and when it is announced, I'll definitely spread the word about it. But that's pretty much it what I wanted to talk about in this video. I had so much fun, and I recommend anyone to just go to an ARMS tournament, because it's great, and it made for a really good memory. So yep, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Finally, I just wanted to give a shout out to Paul Eslax, who gave me this book called My Hero Academia Vigilantes, which is a great spin-off of the My Hero Academia series. So I recommend you guys to check it out and check out this book. It's super awesome. Thanks for watching this video again. Bye.